Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the road home. Tonight, we're going to be traveling throughout my home state of New Mexico and performing in many places as we go. Our journey starts off in Tucumcari, New Mexico, an old Route 66 town, and along the train tracks in the downtown train depot is where we're hanging out. Me and my band, who was comprised of players from Los Angeles to Santa Fe, and even a fiddle player that some of you must know is Ollie O'Shea from Chicago, Illinois, by way of Nashville, Tennessee. Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see how things are going in Tucumcari, New Mexico. Hey everybody, here we are in Tucumcari, New Mexico, along the train tracks. Happy to be back in my home state of New Mexico. Happy you're tuning in for the show. Thanks for being here. Take this California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, hello, here we go to where I don't really know. Just a place in my mind where I travel through space and time. Out there, right where a little can mean a lot. I'll be riding on the lost train of thought. I'm picking up some steam as I drift in from a dream where one tiny spark can light the whole world out of the dark. It's the heart and soul in the miracle, the things that you forgot. Out riding on the lost train of thought. They say that we only use a fraction of our minds. I guess that the lion's share is using most of mine. I didn't hear what you said, but I smiled and I shook my head. Oh, to be fair, I got distracted by the girl over there. She's so beautiful, she loves me then loves me now. She's got me riding on the lost train of thought. Calling. Go, can I say, ain't it heavy how a word can weigh? Some have tears, don't know why. Even an onion can make you cry. Well, it's no shame and no blame. It's really nobody's fault that you were riding, backsliding on the lost train of thought. You were riding that train. Come on and ride that train. Ride that train. wish you wouldn't cry, I wish you wouldn't go. I wish we stayed together through the rain and the wind and the snow. Real snow, not the movie kind. The snow that falls and it keeps you on my mind. Miles and miles may come between us, and many faces you will see. But if you love somebody, baby, if you love somebody, baby, make it me. Well, you remember the time when we very first met? Well, it burns so bright on my mind that I can't forget. And I'll never believe you didn't think it too. And that whole time you loved me and I loved you. Miles and miles may come between us, and many faces you will see. But if you love somebody, baby, if you love somebody, baby, make it me. When you hear a song on the radio and it stays on your mind every little place you go, do you think about us or how it might feel to take another ride around on the spinning wheel? Miles and miles may come between us, and many faces you will see. But if you love somebody, baby, if you love somebody, baby, make it me. If you love somebody, baby, make it me. If you love somebody, baby, make it me. This next song I wrote for some friends of mine. They're a young couple, and they got themselves into the real estate business by buying an antique store. Now, neither of my friends are into antiques or retail business of any kind. It was sort of a quick thought. Oh, let's get an antique store. It'll be great. And all the while, I was very concerned that this might be a bad idea, but I, of course, bit my tongue. I didn't say anything, but I wound up writing a song for the young lady, my friend, who runs this antique store in the song. And every day she sits behind the register and watches people walk by and watches the looky-loos inside the shop, and I imagine she wonders what the heck they were thinking when they got themselves into this trouble. And so I sing the song from her perspective. Hot summer, lazy days, what keeps the money away? All of the people passed by, they never stopped to say hi. I wish they would walk through the door of my lonely old antique store. Is there somebody going someplace could haul out this vintage suitcase? Maybe fill it with porcelain dolls or relics to hang in the halls. Who's destined for fate to buy the gold Jesus plate here in my lonely old antique store? Oh, Monday through Friday it's 9 to 5, Saturday morning till noon. Sunday's the day that I still feel alive, but then Monday comes back too soon. So in walks sleepy-eyed Joe. The folks all here say that he's slow. Well, in here he's just looking around, trying to find the best oil lamp in town. It's the same looky-loos that keep me singing the blues in my lonely old antique store. Oh, Monday through Friday it's 9 to 5, Saturday morning till noon. Sunday's the day that I still feel alive, but then Monday comes back too soon. This song practically wrote itself, since every word thus far has been true. But when it came to coming up with an ending for this song, that's where I actually had to get creative. Since in real life the story of the antique store is not over, this is the only part of the song that might fall into the fictional category. I only saw one way out of this mess for him, and I found it to be a good old classic case of American insurance fraud. Well, a check has just come in the mail, blowing wind in my antique sails, brought by the insurance claims, spawned from the smoke and the flames, from the broken oil light that caught a spark in the night and set fire to the antique store. So now I reside in Belize, and I sway with the wind in the trees. And old Joe, he's just back from the fish, and we're living the lives that we'd wish. It still feels like a dream that we pulled off the steam and burnt down that old antique store. Nice work. I always love hearing the antique store blues. Well, there you have it. That's us in Tucumcari. I want to say thanks to the band there. That's Ollie O'Shea on the fiddle, Susan Holmes on the upright bass, Michael Jerome playing cajon and percussion there, from Los Angeles, from Wichita, Kansas originally. Wonderful drummer and a great friend of mine. And Colin Brooks playing the dobro guitar. Colin kind of came into Red River out of the blue a few years back, and I felt lucky to have bumped into him there in Red River, and I'm really happy to have had him join us in Tucumcari. We were there in Tucumcari playing a TV show, recording a performance for a TV show called Bands of Enchantment. It's going to be on PBS and I think Amazon Prime and some other places too. So stay tuned. Look forward to that. But before we move on from Tucumcari, I just want to say how great it was to be there in Tucumcari and see the town. We got to meet some people there, you know, from a safe distance and all. The mayor and a few folks, the crew that was filming there and recording, all great people. But before we take off and press on, let's go back to Tucumcari. We've got one more song, an old classic that we want to share with you tonight. Well, hello, here we go to where I don't really know, just a place in my mind where I travel through space and time. Out there, right where a little can mean a lot, I'll be riding on the lost train of thought. I'm picking up some steam as I drift in from a dream where one tiny spark. Technical difficulty there. We just played that song, so I guess I'm not too sure what to do. I mean, when in doubt, I guess we could play one live. If you can hear me all right, I think we're all set for live. Well, I'll just do the live version. Is that all right with everybody? So what we were gonna play there was a tune with the band. It was gonna be the old John Hartford song, "Going to Work in Tall Buildings." But I'm more than happy to play it just solo acoustic right now. So. Someday, my baby, when I am a man, and others have taught me the best that they can, they'll sell me a suit and cut all my hair. They'll send me to work in tall buildings. So it's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers, and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I mustn't be late. I'm going to work in tall buildings. So when I am retired, my life is my own. I've paid my debt, it's time to come home and wonder what happened betwixt and between when I went going to work in tall buildings. So it's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers, and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I mustn't be late. I'm going to work in tall buildings. So it's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers, and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I must not be late. I'm going to work in tall buildings. Yeah, I'm going to work in tall buildings. I'm going to work in tall buildings. The old John Hartford classic, Tall Buildings. I love that song. Thank you guys so much. Let's press on now. Let's get out of my living room and back on the road in New Mexico. I think we're heading out of Tucumcari, and we are heading to Taos in this next clip. If I've got my hand on the wheel and my foot on the gas, that's where we're going. Hey, Ollie. Hey, man. Thanks for playing with us in Tucumcari. I think I'm passing you right now. Is that you in the town car?
Yeah, that's me, man. Hey, wow.
You gotta be kidding me.
As soon as you top that yellow horizon, it's downhill all the way to the base. Not even 2 miles per day.
Documenting my stupidity.
What happened?
What happened?
Can you let the fans know what happened here, sir?
Well, my good Samaritan here was going to save me.
We have
He
come
got
to
me
save you.
a gas can.
What happened, Colin?
This is crazy. My gas tank has a leak in there.
Yeah, too funny. Colin Brooks. I think it's Highway 104. They call it the loneliest highway in the world. It's between Tucumcari and Las Vegas, New Mexico, and it's this beautiful road. You can take the interstate if you want to, but who would want to? I guess Colin Brooks probably wished he would have, because he ran out of gas there on that long, lonely stretch of highway. And we pulled up on him. He was in front of somebody's farm, and somebody was going to help him, but we pulled up and we sorted out some help for him. And ironically, he broke down only about 4 or 5 miles from a gas station after the 100 or so miles he'd driven from Tucumcari. Anyway, there you go, Colin. Next time we'll pack a few extra gallons of gas for you before we send you out of Tucumcari. Let's see. So now, I see we're back on the road. Let's keep rolling. We're driving through the Mora Canyon right now between Vegas and Taos, Mora and Taos, and trying to show Benjamin, my cameraman, some good views, but he's a little late on the camera. We missed some of the big peaks. Also gonna pull over up here in a minute. We got Colin Brooks behind us all of a sudden, in that Toyota pickup that ran out of gas back in back in Tucumcari. And we'll be in Taos in about 30 minutes. Check out these cabins. This whole little area is filled with these cabins that a lot of them are really old, supposedly built in the 40s or earlier. And it's funny, you can see some of them, they're kind of like, you know, earth ships in a way, before anybody coined the term, because they're built into the ground. It's pretty cool. Cool area. Sipapu Ski Resort. This is where I learned to ski when I was 4 or 5 years old. I remember I used to have like a harness, some kind of rope on me, like a leash, ski in front of my mom. There's Taos Mountain right there through the windshield, through the trees. You can get a little clearing of it, maybe right there. Pretty sweet, huh? It's my hometown. We're just pulling into Taos on the south end of town from Vegas, coming from Tucumcari. You can see a beautiful view of the mountain there. Heading to my house, the house I was born and raised in. This is one of the first songs that I ever wrote. I wrote it in this house here in Taos on this guitar. I don't know how many years ago, but a lot. It's called Cherry Red Wine. When I was a child, running wild, I had a dream. Someday I'd be a man. I'd build me a castle. It'd be no hassle, and I could do it with my bare hand. But I grew up broken hearted, and all my dreams turned blue. So I got me a guitar and some whiskey, and now I'm here singing to you. Some break from crying, some break from lying. Oh, but my heart broke under different circumstance. Who am I kidding? Honest, I'm fibbing. Was her cries and lies and romance all along? Well, she left here broken hearted, and all the dreams turned blue. So I got me a guitar, a bottle of whiskey, and now I'm here singing to you. Scattered in pieces, I hear it increases your chance of feeling free. Well, all these years with angels, drinking cherry red wine. Cherry red wine in the house I grew up in there. I was actually, a lot of people say I was born and raised somewhere, right? You know, I was actually born and raised in that house. Literally born in one of the rooms there. It's an old adobe house from the 20s. I guess it's turning 100 sometime soon if it hasn't already, that old house. Me and 4 brothers are growing up there together. So there's a song I'm about to sing for you. This next song is a tune that I wrote in what felt like one fell swoop a handful of years ago. The song has not come out on a record. A lot of these songs that you may know, they've been floating around for a while and haven't landed on a record or in your car or on your iPhone or whatever it is, but I'm planning on changing that real soon. I'm gonna make a record, I believe, this summer, so I think this next song will be on it. It's a song I've been playing around for a few years. It's a very dear song to me, and I wrote it for a friend, a good friend, and you know, the song tells a lot, but the story tells more. I wrote it for a good friend who, gosh, I can't even bring myself to get into it. It's too confidential to talk about. Listen to the song and see what your takeaway is. Thank you so much. Come on and take my hand in town, babe. We'll lose these blues and keep from feeling down, babe. Together I know a place we can go, where the rain don't fall and the wind don't blow, and it's always more than meets the eye. How I hate to see you cry, 'cause you're my good friend. You're my good friend, girl. You'll be my good friend, babe, until the day I die. Where there's no such thing as a dead end, 'cause no road, babe, never really ends. And you're free now, you got no rules, babe. Well, every rule you just break before it bends, and it's always more than meets the eye. Cry, 'cause you're my good friend. You're my good friend, girl. You'll be my good friend, babe, until the day I die. Well, don't put your money all on black now. No, don't put your dollar down on red. The good bet is the one that's in your heart, babe. No, no, not the one stuck inside your head. And it's always more than meets the eye. And you know how I hate to see you cry, 'cause you're my my good friend, babe, until the day I die. Oh, you're my good friend, and I'm your good friend, girl. You'll be my good friend, babe, until the day I die. We'll be good friends, babe, until the day I die. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're moving on now from Taos and headed north for Red River. So we're just getting out of town right now, watching the sunset over there across the gorge. Wheels are rolling for Red River. Be there soon.
Where are we right now?
We're in the canyon. We just went into the canyon between. Oh, look. Check it out. Bighorn sheep.
They're lost.
They really are in the road. We're in the canyon between between Cuesta and Red River, headed for Red River, where we're gonna hopefully run into Michael Hearne and some other musicians, and have a steak dinner, talk about folk festival, and play a couple of songs. And the cowboy that's loved you so. Well, here we are. We're pulling into Red River. Straight ahead. Get a shot of this. Check this out. Whoa. Here we are. Red River, New Mexico. For a long time, my darling, a gold miner's bust. We're going to Texas Reds, the best steak in town. You never would say. This is where we have the Red River Folk Festival every year in late September. Right now, it's late March. There's the ski resort. Plenty of snow. Looks like it's been snowing the last couple of days. That you're going away. Beautiful little town. This is where Mark Murphy and I stayed and wrote a couple of songs a few years back. Really great songs. Here's Brandenburg Park, where in the summer we have the outside portion of the festival. The Arts and Crafts Fair. Here we are. Just remember the Red River Valley and the cow. And you reach for a shooting star when you're standing on the ground. I'll tell you, friend, it comes with ease when you find what I have found. Roses on the moon. Here we are at the Motherlode Saloon, and my buddy Michael Hearne is here with us. And I'm really glad he came over. I called him up and invited him to sit in on this show. Always a pleasure to play with you, Mike. I've been looking up to you since I was, 15 or so in the music world.
Well, you don't have to look up at me anymore. We're about the same height.
Well, I just was hanging out in Tucumcari, and I couldn't
That's right.
stop. I couldn't stop thinking about that song that you have called 2 Miles Out of Tucumcari. Yeah. And oddly enough, we were out there playing as a band, and the guitar player, Colin Brooks, he broke down on the side of the road outside of Tucumcari. So can we play this song?
Sure.
And maybe dedicate it to Colin Brooks.
I wrote this song with Minter Williams and Buck Moore. Stranded 2 miles out of Tucumcari. I got my old guitar stolen on that day. This is a true story about that event. Well, I left Amarillo this morning with $50 in my jeans. I headed out to Arizona for a change of scenery. Well, I was 2 miles out of Tucumcari and everything was going fine. When my motor started shaking and the brakes stopped breaking, well, I knew it was the end of the line. Now I'm 2 miles out of Tucumcari, standing by the side of the road, cussing my luck, wondering if I'll ever get out of New Mexico. Well, there's a Tucson woman gonna have to do without my good loving tonight. I'm 2 miles out of Tucumcari, waiting here for a ride. I got it. Now let's modulate. All right, here comes the sad part.
Wait a minute. I know this song. Maybe I can sing a line?
I would love it.
Well, the sun was setting in the west. The shadows were growing long. Over the hill came a coupe de ville. Behind the wheel sat a beautiful blonde. She offered a ride. I threw my guitar inside and I thought my luck had changed. I reached for the door, my pedal hit the floor, and I watched her drive away.
Now I'm 2 miles out of Tucumcari, standing by the side of the road, cussing my luck, wondering if I'll ever get out of New Mexico. Well, there's a Tucson woman, and she's gonna have to do without my good loving tonight. I'm 2 miles out of Tucumcari, waiting here for a ride. I'm 2 miles out of Tucumcari, waiting here for a ride.
Like Colin Brooks was yesterday, stranded on Highway 104.
Why don't you play one? Waiting here for a ride.
Stranded by the side of the road, waiting for a ride.
I wish I had that guitar back, Max.
Well, you got a new one, and you got a hell of a song out of the deal.
That's true. Waiting here for a ride. Here we go. Miles.
2 miles out of Tucumcari, the perfect tribute to Colin's road trip that day before. Anyhow, man, I love that song, and I love listening to Michael sing and play. Isn't he so good? Jeez. Well, we have a lot to talk about, more than I've been talking about. Today, right now, or 45 minutes ago, tickets went on sale for what would be the 7th Red River Folk Festival, although last year we didn't have the festival, so I guess technically this will be the 6th Red River Folk Festival, where we have shows right there in the Motherlode Saloon, just like you saw where Mike and I were just playing. So check it out, redriverfolkfestival.com. This year we've only announced a few of our performers, just a handful. We're still working out a lot of details and scheduling and such, but we managed to secure Terry Allen, who is a new inspiration of mine, an incredible singer-songwriter. If you don't know him, he's written a lot of classics, had a great debut record in the mid-'70s, and had a great record put out just last year. And I saw him in Los Angeles at a wonderful little theater. He'd sold out 2 nights in a row at Zebulon here in L.A. He's incredible. He's going to be playing. Mary Gaucher, my friend Mary's going to be playing. She's also going to be teaching a songwriter workshop at the festival. Who else do we have? Junior Brown, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, the deepest voice in America, Junior Brown, the Get Steel King. I'm so excited and so happy that we've got Junior Brown at the festival this year. Is there a flyer maybe we should show or something like that? Anyhow, tickets are on sale right now, so get them while you can. I know we did an early bird ticket thing, and I think we're about sold out, to be honest with you. So perhaps more on this a little later. This next song is a song that Jed and I wrote 1 year at a folk festival. We were sitting around the park outside our park venue at a picnic table, and the wind's blowing and the aspen trees are all turning that time of year. And Jed and I are looking around just sort of enjoying the weather. And this girl we're sitting with, she says, "What kind of trees are these?" And Jed and I looked and said, well, these are aspen trees. And she says, "Oh, I think we have those at Redondo Beach." And Jed and I kind of looked at each other and started making silly jokes, like, "Oh, well, if you got enough money, honey, you could have, palm trees in Alaska or cactus in the rainforest or what have you." And next thing you know, this term "roses on the moon" came to us, and we stayed up late that night, and by the next morning, I think everyone staying at the lodge knew the chorus of "Roses on the Moon." Let's see if it sticks just like it did then. When I was a younger man, riding in my daddy's car, he'd play the radio. We'd never go too far. He'd sing a melody, one that was soft and true, brought back a memory that leads me straight to you. Roses on the moon, static on the radio, midnight flowers bloom where you thought they'd never grow. And I'd be a fool to leave her high and dry, 'cause above the atmosphere I'd see a silver sky. Hanging on to holding you, looking back I thought it through. Some boys say to let it go, I say them boys will never know just how it feels to be always in second place, then come around the bend and finally win the race. Roses on the moon, static on the radio, midnight flowers bloom where you thought they'd never grow. And I'd be a fool to leave her high and dry, 'cause above the atmosphere I see a silver sky. reach for a shooting star when you're standing on the ground. I tell you, friend, it comes with ease when you find what I have found. Roses on the moon, static on the radio, midnight flowers bloom where you thought they'd never grow. And I'd be a fool to leave her high and dry, 'cause above the atmosphere I see a silver sky. Yeah, above that atmosphere I see a silver sky. Roses on the moon.
Max Gomez.
Well, before we head out of Red River, I want to remind you that the Red River Folk Festival is going to happen this fall, September 23rd through the 26th. So be sure and save the dates, mark your calendars. We have early bird tickets on sale right now, and I think there are only a few left, and I guess what happens after that is they just get a little bit more expensive or something like that. But there are some discounted tickets right now available. We love Red River so much. I want to say thank you to Michael Hearne and Steve Hegland, the Motherlode Saloon there, Texas Reds. And I think we've got another song to do in Red River before we press on and head south to Santa Fe, New Mexico, where we're going to visit some friends there. So let's see what else we've got up our sleeve while we're in Red River. This is an old country standard that is sung from time to time around here. I like to play it with a slide guitar. From this valley, they say you are leaving. We shall miss your bright eyes and sweet smile, for they've taken with you all the sunshine that has brightened our path all the while. Come and sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. Just remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy who loved you so true. For a long time, my darling, I waited for the sweet words you never could say. But alas, all my fond hopes are vanished, for they say you are going away. Come Come and sit by my side if you love me. Come not hasten to bid me adieu. Just remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy who loved you so true. Just remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy who loved you so true. The old classic, Marty Robbins. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and traveling around the state with us. We're going to head down to Santa Fe. We're going to meet a friend of mine there named Joe Dean, a new friend. Joe's got a film studio there in Santa Fe. And Joe used to work with another friend of ours named Robert Mirabal. And Robert Mirabal is an incredible artist from Taos, Pueblo, New Mexico, right there in the same town, just there at the Pueblo. An incredible Grammy-winning artist. I'm really thankful to call him a friend. We're going to head down to Santa Fe and check in, say hello to Robert, and see if we can get some songs going for you.
Yeah.
Dog, doing well?
Yeah. You?
Yeah. Well, this is kind of cool.
This place is crazy.
Are you friends with Joe?
Yeah. He was my LD for years.
What do you got there, man?
Thank you, Robert.
It just
Mirabal Reserve. I've been hearing about this.
Whoa.
I knew that. Yeah, I can't wait to try it. Where are the grapes coming from?
southern New Mexico, and then the Capilin is coming from northern New Mexico. And that one is a Wiesmann. That one's from southern New Mexico.
Nice, man. From Dixon?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
You say that it's never felt like home, but baby, you haven't kicked off your shoes, and you cry that you don't want to feel trapped, but I'm only here to help you lose all your blues. Besides, it's a wonderful town. I wish you'd give it a try, 'cause there's still stars in the sky you've never seen. And if you stay with me, I could show you what I mean. Do-do-do-da-da-da-da, do-do-do-da-da-da-da, do-do-do-da-da-da-da. Will you pine for the bright lights that you're missing? And I cast a stone into the sky, and you ask me If I can take this little trip, I can go, baby, any way that the wind can blow. Besides, it's a wonderful city. I could give it a try, 'cause there's still stars in the sky I've never seen. And if I go with you, you could show me what you mean. We're 7 steps in, and this tightrope is thin. Should we turn back now? Fred will hit the ground. Besides, it's a wonderful world. We should give it a try, 'cause there's still stars in the sky we've never seen. And if we don't let go, could find out what it means. Oh, what it means. What does it mean? But a goodie. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you for your support. Live music has really been under the gun during this pandemic. Sort of the first to close and the last to reopen. So your donations mean a lot as far as supporting any artist and keeping the lights on for them. So thank you so much for contributing. I also want to talk for just a second about my online store on my website. We're running a sale right now just for you guys watching this show. And you can get 20% off in my online shop on store-wide by using a coupon code. The code is SPRING20, since we're going into spring, and it's 20% off. So SPRING20 coupon code will save you 20%. Thank you guys so much. Let's get back to the show in Santa Fe with my good friend Robert Mirabal. Here we go. Well, you can call me Joe. It's the lonesome sound of shame. I'm tattooed long ago are the letters of my name. And I've done my time, but you know I work the oil rigs. And all these scars are mine. Ain't no way to keep on. Well, if cocaine coffee, and if pain turned into cash, then I'd be rich and respectable. I wouldn't run from the past. On the ocean floor, all the dollars made of sand. I hitchhike to the shore and go diving when I can. The treasures I might find, I know they're lost and found. I can't think of a friend of mine who would let me hang around. Well, if cocaine was coffee, and if pain turned into cash, then I'd be rich and respectable. I wouldn't run from the past. And if pain turned into cash, then I'd be rich and respectable. I wouldn't run from the past. Yeah, then I'd be rich and respectable, and I wouldn't run from the past. Grateful to have Robert joining me like that. This next song we play is a new take on an old folk song. Sort of took the song and reworded it so that way it would work for the year 2020. Reworded it, this song with my friend Jed Zimmerman, who wrote that last song that Robert and I just sang, Joe. This next song is important for obvious reasons and so many reasons. It's a folk song. It's a protest song. It's a classic song. It's a powerful song. It's talking to everyone, even if you think it's not talking to you. I think it might be. Maybe you're not listening if you don't think it is. It's called He Was a Friend of Mine. He was a friend of mine. He was a friend of mine. and we took his life for granted long before its time. He was a friend of mine. He died out on the street and cried out he couldn't breathe, and calling for his mama beneath the lawman's knee. Died out there on the street. The doctor stepped out of his room. Dr. King stepped out of his room. No, he couldn't take his rest till the bullet pierced his chest. Dr. King stepped out of his room. Well, that night in the balcony, for fear the end of slavery, with the rebels on the run, he was greeted with a gun. That night in the balcony. They wave that old Dixie flag. They still wave that old Dixie flag. And the monuments still stand despite that evil plan. They still wave that old Dixie flag. I will take a knee. Yeah, now I think I will take a knee. For not to kill a man, to take the righteous stand. Now I will take a knee. He was a friend of mine. Yeah, he was a friend of mine. And we took his life for granted long before its time. He was a friend of mine. Yeah, he was a friend of mine. Thank you guys so much. That's Robert Mirabal and myself there playing in Santa Fe at Joe Dean's studio, Dragonstone Studios, the Dusty Microphone sessions there at Joe Dean's place. Looking forward to going back there. A rumor has it they're going to use some of that footage at a drive-in movie theater somewhere in Santa Fe for something. I guess when you're getting popcorn or something, maybe look up and maybe it'll be Robert and I on the screen. Let's see. Let's take a minute. We have some sponsors that we want to thank. Bands of Enchantment in Tucumcari, the Motherlode Saloon in Red River, the Taos News, Diddy TV, the Town of Red River, Texas Reds, Eddie Owen Presents, and a few more. I want to thank Taos and some other guys too, but we can't thank everybody enough, and thank you all so much for tuning in. I was thinking about playing a song that I don't normally do. It's kind of an old song that I wrote, and it sat on the shelf for a while. You know, it's still kind of there on the shelf, but this is a special occasion, and the song it means a little extra this evening. It goes out to an old friend of mine who he's on the other side now. Was a sailor. I know a man who lived on the hill. He worked like the devil, trying to keep his hands still. Spent all his day racing round on the track. No matter how fast, it wouldn't spin the world back. Oh, my darling, dance with me. Stay for a while, maybe then you'll see that I've got a dream, lives in the west, to sail on the ocean and then take my rest. He'd sleep through the night and dream of the docks, awake in the morning and break his hand on the clocks, and dream of the fish that once got away, and wish on a star above the Laredo Bay. Oh, my darling, dance with me. Stay for a while, maybe then you'll see that I've got a dream that floats in the west, to sail on the ocean and then take my rest. Oh, you feel the salt in the air, reminds me the reason that I'm going there. Then one sunny day, the race had been run. No more working, only messing with fun. It's like being a kid when you're over the hill, and it's easy to pay for a Mexican bill. Oh, my darling, dance with me. There's no hole in that water far as I can see. Oh, this is my dream, to be here with you. Don't you wish that my dream would someday come true? Thank you so much. That's for Eddie Miller. We've got one more song for you in Santa Fe that we want to time warp back to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and play you a song. Robert and I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to the team that made this possible, the band in Tucumcari, Colin Brooks, Michael Jerome, Susan, and Ollie. Ben Jonas at Jonas Media for producing this show, and everyone on the team there, Isaac, Lauren, Mackenzie. Thank you all so much. thank you for tuning in. Let's go to Santa Fe. I feel the time has come. It's underneath my thumb. Maybe I don't stand a chance, then maybe I could. So with the devil I'll dance and knock on wood. Yeah, if I could rule the world, what if I could rule the world? I'd take the pain from your heart, and I would tear it all up, I'd tear it apart. I would drown out the cries with redemption songs, part the truth from the lies and the right from the wrong. Yeah, if I could rule the world, what if I could rule the world? I'd be the king with the commoner's crown. You'd be a queen and let your heart rain down, rain down, rain down. When the day is done, when the day has passed, a new light shines, a new light will cast. Give a run for your worth and play the cards at hand. Fight the troubles at birth, know where you stand, and remember that if I could rule the world, yeah, if I could rule the world, oh, if I could rule the world, oh, yeah, if I could rule the world, the world would be free, the world would be free. She'd be mine, she'd be mine. I feel the time is come. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Robert. Thanks to Robert Mirabal, Michael Hearne, the band, all of you. I hope to see you at the Red River Folk Festival soon. I can't wait to read through some of these comments. I see some of them from here, but appreciate your support. Tony, thanks, man. Deborah, thank you. Celine. Kyle, thank you so much. Well, she said she likes cooking with a wood fire oven, that food tastes better that way. Well, you know something's wrong when the oven isn't on at the house down in old Santa Fe. Terry, see you at Sisters Folk Fest. Sisters Folk Fest this early October. They're a sponsor of the show tonight, too. Thank you so much. Cheers, Rita. I can't wait to come back to Ontario. I hope we get this northern border stuff figured out soon. Don't forget that store's got a coupon, Spring 20 for 20% off. This is my new song I'm working on about the wood-fired oven. Well, she said she likes cooking with a wood-fire oven, that the food tastes better that way. Well, you know something's wrong when the oven isn't on at the house down in old Santa Fe.